Good afternoon. Good evening. Good evening. Not afternoon. Good evening, all of my fellow friends and family and friends here on live Facebook again. This is me, King David D. I was out and about today in town, and I seen a guy that I hadn't seen since high school, and so we began to talk about the wall issue, about this wall issue, and so it was strange, how he was speaking casually, like as if it is something that everybody is agreeing on, this wall thing, and so and I told him, I said, so you think that that's something that America ought to do, is put that wall up, huh? And he said, yeah, I think it's something that we ought to do, and I said, oh, okay. I said, now, how is it going to be paid for? Who's going to pay for this wall? And he says, well, the president says that Mexico's going to pay for it, but we're the ones that's got to initiate the payment for the wall. So and he says, so but Mexico is the one that's going to end up paying for the wall. And I said, do you honestly and truly believe that? Do you really honestly and truly believe that Mexico is going to pay for that wall, when Mexico is telling America all along they're not going to pay for that wall? And so he comes up with this bull crap about, well, Trump says that they say that they're not going to pay for it, but we're going to make them pay for it. It wasn't their idea, but we're going to make them pay for it. It wasn't anything that they agreed to, but we're going to make them pay for it. Now, what kind of shyster garbage is that? So we're going to be shysters. United States shysters. United States of America shysters. We're just going to make somebody pay for something that they had nothing to do with. And then after the wall get put up, now who says that that's going to stop any illegal aliens from coming over here, when we have illegal immigrants coming over all the time from other countries? Who says that wall is going to stop illegal immigrants? It's not. It is not. It's not going to stop no illegal immigrants, because there's still illegal immigrants. Now the question that I have is, why the wall and not Obamacare? Now, see, this is something that a lot of people aren't thinking about. The American people want to pay for this over, what, $100 billion or something like that wall, but we don't want to supply health insurance for American citizens for American citizens by American taxpayers. We don't want to take care of Americans, but instead we rather just throw money down the drain on a wall. That's not going to serve anybody in any kind of way, and it's not going to stop any immigrants. It really isn't. And but at the same time, they want to stop affordable health. The reason why they want to stop affordable health is because it was a black man's ideal. And it was a black man that brought it through.
You were a little kid and you thought about what you wanted to be. Teaching.
They do not want. They agree to the wall, but they disagree to taking care of Americans with affordable health.
You don't think teachers save lives?
What kind of racist garbage is this? Now, not only that. Now, those are two issues that is taking place right now about the paying for the billions and billions of dollars to get that wall. But they say that we're wasting money on affordable health. But the wall is not wasting money. But now, what do they think about this one? Are there any Americans in this whole country have any idea about this Putin? The Russian Putin. Now, do you know that that's treason? Punishable by death. Treason. Punishable by death. And we have a president in the White House that has committed treason. Well, if he hasn't committed treason, should he be under investigation for treason? I mean, he's conspiring with the enemy. That's treason right there. Punishable, mind you, by death. That is the punishment for treason. Now, we got this man in the White House that's portraying that he is the president of the United States, but he's conspiring with the enemy. Now, how come we're not speaking out about that? How come there aren't more Americans talking about this man that's in the White House that has committed treason? Punishable by death. You know, he's a billionaire. He paid for the Oval Office. You know, nobody can understand how he got in the White House in the first place. Yeah, we know. He got all his billionaire friends, and they know that they don't like the idea of us people receiving this affordable health, health care, so where we can be healthy Americans around in this country today. No. But we want to shit money down the drain on this wall. that this fictitious ideal that Mexico is going to pay for it. Well, we know it's a lie because Mexico said they're not. And we can't make no country pay for something. We're going to make a country pay for something that they have nothing to do with, which is America's ideal, which is something that Americans, an American man wants. Well, so he calls himself an American. You know, in cahoots with the Russians. Is he really an American? Do you know what treason is? Now, he's bringing all this garbage on Americans. His ideal is, he started off with saying that Barack Obama was a Muslim. And his birth certificate was not from America. He's from Africa somewhere, you know. So this is how he starts off, see. But now he wants to kill affordable health. Is taking care of Americans and put up a wall that's not going to stop anything. That's money down the drain. What is this man? Who is this man? But at the same time, all together, we see this devilment stuff taking place right in front of our eyes. But at the same time, we still don't want to say that the omen is in the White House. The devil. We don't want to understand. We refuse to call red red. Come on, people. Be for real. We got Satan in the White House now. Come on now. You believe in God? And you say that you know that the devil exists? Yes, he do. And he's in the White House. What is wrong with everybody? Wake up. I just do not believe this crazy mess that's going on. You know, what we need to do is we need to have our churches today like Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King marched down on Washington for civil rights. But what types of unity do we see other than, okay, we have to walk, we have the women's walk. Fine. But now we need some follow-up. We need some follow-up action. We need some continuous action taking place in this country today because this man is not going to stop. We need to stop him. Only Americans can stop him. I'm an American. What are you? I'm here on live. I'm talking about what I see. Yeah. I am talking about what I see. What I know that is about to take place. And if we, all of us, don't do something, start a petition. We need some people to write up a petition. Start petitions. Have petitions all over this country. Having them signed so you can take it to Congress. We just can't stop at marches. those demonstrations are pointless. They're not going to do anything. We need petitions. We need to start signing petitions and continue the marches, but petitions also. Hey, treason is punishable by death. And when a person betrays his own country by conspiring with another country, listen people, conspiring with another country, that's treason. That is a military act against their own country. Military. He's the president. He should pay just like anyone else. But nobody wants to call it for what it really is. Nobody wants to call his act treason. I haven't heard not one time any news reporter, not one other person say treason. Let's say it together. Treason. That's what it is. We got to get him out of there. Because so long as we continue to act as if nothing is going on, it's going to get worse. It's going to get worse. And we need to take notice. We need to notice that this is going to get worse. And then we're going to wonder, how come somebody didn't do anything about it? Well, you know, we have, like I said, we have our churches. Our churches have committees. And if somebody don't speak out and say, hey, let's start a committee. Let's start a committee. Let's get this sucker out of the White House. Because, first of all, he has committed treason. That's the worst. That is the worst of all. He has committed treason. He has conspired with the enemy. And not only that, he began his whole plan started with accusing Barack Obama as being an illegal immigrant. Now think about that. He accused our president as being an illegal immigrant. When all along, that was one of his plans. To start crying the blues about immigrants. That was his plan. And his plan was to stop Obamacare. See, by talking about Barack Obama and making him look as though he wasn't someone that was of this country, you know, that was the straw that broke the camel's back. Now, if we continue to let this fester and to ride and act as if it's nothing, when it really is, it's something major. This is major, people. And don't think, you know, I get tired of hearing these people talk about, well, what can I do? I can't do nothing. You can do just like me. Get on live. Until we start getting some of our ministers throughout the country to start drawing up petitions, having all congregations to sign it. And not just congregations, the citizens of the United States to sign these petitions. Just like those false votes, those votes that did not exist, that they made exist. Now, it's time for us to show that those votes were illegal by coming together and doing a petition. Now, some people may say, that's not going to do any good. How do you know? How do you know if you don't do it? How do you know if you don't try? Hey, I got a lot of people say, that getting on live is not going to do anything. I believe it can. Now, how do I prove that? I need to do it. I need to start doing it. So that is what I'm doing. I'm getting on here and I'm speaking out about what I know is wrong. And if we continue this old nonchalant garbage about I can't do nothing, we all going to hell. Do you want to be drugged down to hell when you can stop it? Or are you just going to go willingly? Do you see where you're being taken? Do this whole country, can't this whole country see where we're being taken to? We're being taken to hell. All right. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just plain old everyday David Dix. That's wrong. It's wrong. That is not who I am. I am who I say that I am. I am my Father God's son, King David D. Because if this is what my Father God wants me to be, doesn't matter about what anybody else wants me to be. It's what my Father God wants me to be. To be able to come here and to speak out. And to tell everyone, wake up or find yourself in hell. And once you get there, there's no escape. So we can play this game to defame ourselves and say that what is it that I can do? Go to your minister, those of you that go to church, and tell them, hey, let's get busy. We can do something about it. And if the minister don't want to, start a committee. Begin a ministry. Yes, we can. Barack Obama told us when he got in the White House. Yes, we can. Yes, we can. You better know we can. Yes, we can. Keep it alive. Continue what Barack Obama said. Yes, we can. It's not dead. It's not dead, Fred. Yes, we can. My friend, get it together, or it's the end. I just wanted to just get on here and tell you what I seen today. The things that we refuse to say exist. The things we wish to say. The things that we know that's going on each and every day. We call on our Father God to help us, but we don't want to help ourselves. See, God will help us when we begin to help ourselves. See, because we, each and every one of us, if we want to own up to it or not, we are the consciousness of our Father God. We are the voices of our Father God. We are the hands and the footsteps of our Father God. If we don't act on His behalf, and we know what it is that He wants us to do, are we going to continue to allow to have the devil and his Beelzebub, Lucifer, Satan, and the devil with all his demonic demons to march down on us and have his army to walk? We are our Father God's army. Get up. Get up. Speak out. Do something. Everybody can do something. Don't say that you don't. Don't say that you can't. Don't say that you ain't. You can do it. We all can. My friends, we all can. Help yourself. Don't just call on God to help you, because God is going to give you the knowledge. He's going to give you the knowledge and the direction. All you got to do is get up and go. One more time about the man drowning in the water. So, there he is, sitting in the water in the middle of the ocean, and he's saying, this boat comes along and says, hey, you want to come aboard? The man says, no, I'm waiting on my Father God to come save me. So the man says, okay. Man, he goes on and on about his business in the boat. So there's the man, he's treading water, and he says, a helicopter comes along and says, and drops his ladder and says, hey, climb aboard, man. Can I help you? The man says, no. I'm waiting on my Father God to come save me. He said, okay. So the helicopter flies off. Man, he gets too tired and he drowns. And when his spirit gets up to the pearly gates and he sees God sitting there and he says, but Father, well, why you let me die? Well, I was sitting there, I was waiting for you to come save me. God looked at him. I sent you a boat and a helicopter. Now, are we going to get on the boat? Are we going to fly away in the helicopter? Or are we just going to drown? Think about it, people. Think about it. What is it that you can do? Take it for as serious as what it truly is. Yes, this is serious. And so long as we continue to allow the devil to cloud our minds and to ease our tensions and to keep us at ease and think that everything is all right. Now is the time to panic. Now is the time to start the back in the 60s when the militants, Rap Brown, Stokely Carmichael, Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, all of them. Those spirits need to be revived. It's time. It's time. Angela Davis. Yes, Angela Davis. And all the other women that was leaders back in the day. So, this is your friend, once again, King David D, out to try to tell you to help me, to help you do what you need to do. In our Father God's name, each and every day, ask our Father God to direct us to do, to think, and to say these things in which that only He would have us to display. In the precious name of Jesus, I do pray. King David D. signing over and out. Love you, people.